We are ready to get started on the backsplash. Switch plates off, some light sanding of the drywall, and we just have the product laid out and planning where the pieces are going to go. Oops. And so here's the product. It is a mother of pearl shell mesh tile. And you cut the mesh just with regular scissors.
I'm cutting around an outlet now, so I'm going to have to, some of these little tiles I do have to snip off here. And cut out the pieces that I can.
Okay, we're putting on the
mastic?
Mastic, yeah, the ceramic tile adhesive. And using this notched trowel. This is the trowel we're using.
And just smooth it on with this.
Doing this first section. Trying to put on a good layer, but not too thick.
Yeah, for these tiles especially, because they're so small, I don't want to put a huge thick layer. Because then it'll squeeze up really bad up between the tiles.
Yeah.
Okay, once you put the tiles up, you just use this, it's called a Grout Float, and then you can just kind of, just tap it. Just to make sure that it's set in. I mean, you don't want to super squish it, but it's just kind of make sure that the tiles are evenly adhered there.
And just FYI, this is only our second time of doing this.
Yep.
And the first time was at her house, and
Yep.
this time is at my house. And it's a similar product, not identical.
Looks like I did all right cutting around the switch plate there.
Okay.
Just kind of adjusting the tiles.
And this particular type of mesh shell tile is so thin enough that we're not going to need the outlet extenders, which with a thicker tile you need.
Yes, these are very, very thin tiles.
So that's good because it makes them a little bit lighter weight. I think they do have some weight on them. But
Alright, I'm putting up the second section, and I've had to cut out all the holes for the outlets here.
all right, moving right along with the next section. And we are moving right along. Pull the stove out from the wall to go behind it. Okay. And looks good so far. Okay, it's been a little over 24 hours since the tile was put up with adhesive, and we're going to start the grouting.
Need to add a little bit more water.
So we're mixing the grout. Just using an old bucket for fish food. And I'll show you the products that we're using. Using a poly blend, the brand is Poly Blend, non-sanded grout. And we added, and this is a product that's available at Home Depot, a stain blocker. And what this protects the grout. And what's kind of unique about it is you mix it in with the grout itself rather than waiting for the grout to dry and then applying it. So it's kind of it's a substitute for a sealant, which is when you say. So what he's explained to us.
Yep.
And so what, you're looking for the consistency of peanut butter, or?
Yeah, I think I'm about there, but it's really hard to mix this stuff. Okay, we got the first section up. I'm using this, it's called a Grout Float, where I put some grout on, and then smooth it over top. Make sure it's getting in all the grooves. And then you wipe off the excess, and I'm trying to do it in sections. And then I have to time how long it's been since I've done the first section before you can go through and you wipe it with these sponges here. These big sponges, which obviously they're very loud.
Yeah,
They're ringing out.
we haven't gotten to the first wipe down yet.
I'm now wiping the area down where I've allowed the grout to dry. There's a rough side and a smooth side, so I'm very, very gently going over it with the rough side and then using the smooth side and doing that several times and rinsing the sponge a lot. And I'm getting the sponge very, very dry when I do it, so I'm trying not to get it too wet.
Yeah, get it too wet, it just wipes the grout out. The grout starts to dissolve.
Hold on.
Okay, so the initial wiping is 10 to 20 minutes, and then about 2 hours later, they recommend that it be wiped again. Here's the main section finished with the switch plates up. And I like the way it looks. I did intend to use mother of pearl switch plates, but they clashed, they detracted from the backsplash. They weren't a close enough match. So I just went with the plain white. And here is the additional area that we were not going to put up the backsplash originally, but then once this was up, it just seemed like kind of made sense to continue it over here under the cabinet so that it's consistent under the cabinets that there's backsplash. At different times of the day, in different light. Right now it's a combination of natural light outside and a little bit of fluorescent and incandescent light mixed in. But in different lighting, different times of day, it's more shimmery, less shimmery. Sometimes it looks white, sometimes it looks kind of whitish gray anyway. Like shell does, some other pearl, of course, being a shell. So, I like it. I think it was a successful project, and I would definitely recommend working with the mesh, at least this type of mesh, because it is definitely something that a do-it-yourselfer can handle.